What up, YouTube? It's Kurt here, and today we're going to talk about Morphing Jar. So Morphing Jar, it just came back. It is now limited on the most recent ban list, and it's a really, really fun card. And it's a really old school card, and a lot of people like it. So, what we're going to take a look at it. I'm actually been using it in kind of a mill deck. It's a kind of a hybrid of a mill / token summoning deck, and it ends up being pretty viable. The thing is, it's only limited, so it's hard to really take advantage of it. But once you actually get on the field, it ends up being really worthwhile. So I've been playing around with the deck, and this deck is not perfect yet, but again, I incorporate a lot of boss monsters here. All right, so you'll see here I'm using Gravekeeper Servant. I actually search for Morphing Jar in this one, which that is not ideal. If I can search for Morphing Jar with a spell, if there's any spell you guys know of, where I can get it on the field first turn, that would be tremendous. But yeah, I don't know if I have that right now. So as you can see here, so I end up getting Morphing Jar on the table, and then using Borgod Dragon to get its flip effect up. So you can see this is some excellent milling we got going right on. So we get like 3 flips of Morphing Jar before we're even like going to attack. So it is third turn, and again, it's not really like a meta deck or anything. So again, yeah, against this particular deck against regular meta decks, it's not like that great. So I've been trying to adjust it, and after some adjustments to this deck in particular, I actually stayed competitive with multiple decks. I beat a couple trick stars. The thing about boss monsters is if you get boss monsters up, and you know how to play them, they can compete with most decks like in their own right. And that's the great thing about combining this like with token summoning. All right, so, and our deck's a little thin for a mill deck, to be honest, but that's kind of mitigated because we end up using Trickstar Incarnation. That's what really helps us out. So here we use double Incarnation to make them deck out, and that is a victory. Woo! All right, that's probably the coolest victory I have out of this one. Most of my victories, they probably end up being due to boss monsters because I use Scapegoat as well, but I do get the occasional mill. All right, so we'll take a look at that one. Where's the other one? Yeah, we got to go back to replays here. And there's one more Morphing Jar. One more Morphing Jar. Mill deck. Yeah, specifically. Yeah, you can see I got a couple other mills in the replays here. But yeah, use Swords of Revealing Light, and, well, honestly, Gravekeeper Serpent, I ended up ditching it because, yeah, it just doesn't mill fast enough. That's the only problem with that. So that's where the adjustment really needed to come in there. Gravekeeper Serpent, it just doesn't mill as fast as you really need it to, and everything's just really fast-paced nowadays. All right, so he gets a bunch of monsters up, gets Galaxy Photon, which is, awesome for him. And the thing is, if you combine this, if you combine Morphing Jar, it ends up, and you combine it with the books, it can end up mitigating a lot of those effects. And that's what the really cool thing is about those, in my opinion. All right. So, well, we also had Messenger of Peace. I decided to actually ditch Messenger of Peace because Messenger of Peace really didn't do all that much for me. It's easily taken off the field. And I would rather... Swords of Revealing Light is definitely very necessary, but Messenger of Peace, just kind of some clogging in there, if you know what I mean. All right, so combined with Scapegoat, this can be extremely effective. I don't even know if I get a mill this time, but I don't really need a mill. And you see Morphing Jar is just being completely ridiculous. So I think I'm able to flip it up like several times, and this is awesome because I'm able to use his effect and make him discard all those cards he drew. Boom. All right, so now at this point, I do have, this is where Gravekeeper's Servant, I think this is a match where it does come in handy, but I much rather would have had more access to other cards at this point, because the whole name of the game is getting Morphing Jar to kind of replenish your hand, and Gravekeeper Servant, it can get in the way of Morphing Jar doing that, if that makes sense. Alright, so we summon our Borals, And I forget to actually lay down my Trickstar. I probably could have won this a lot earlier, but still, the same effect ends up happening. All right, so now we get it up. So we can get the combo here. And there's just no way he can attack after this, just because I got 2 Gravekeeper Servants up, and his deck really isn't built to take down spells. So that is pretty awesome. Woo, so he forfeited. All right, so that's my little tour of Morphing Jar. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to subscribe, like, all that good stuff. So I really appreciate it. I appreciate it. So take it easy, guys.